So I was just remembering my old diaries. Here they are. So the first diary in my little collection here is this one. And I got it on December 29th, 2001. So I was 13 years old. But this is terrible. Today is Cindy's birthday. We ate pizza, which is very fattening, and we went to the mall. We ate pizza at Pizza Hut, but I only had one small slice. Pam only had one slice, so I figured to be as skinny as her, I should eat like her. She never eats food when she's offered, so I won't either. The girl, Pam, that I'm talking about here later turned out to be an anorexic, so that explains it, and I turned out to be fat, so that didn't work out for me. But the thing about this first journal, every single entry involves how ugly and fat I am, really weird ways on how to lose weight that would not work for anyone, and boys. And I like to spell boys with a Z at the end. Now, middle school sucked for me. Not only was I feeling fat and ugly, it's 'cause you think I'm ugly! Ah! My hyperhidrosis was at the worst point in middle school. If you don't know what hyperhidrosis is, just look it up. But it was really bad in middle school, and that like ruined my life. Especially because my main concern in middle school was trying to find a boy to hold hands with. Seriously, when I'm looking through this, all I wanted to do with boys was hold hands with them, which is very sweet. And I don't know if it's still that way for girls in middle school. And here in 2002 is where I discover Avril Lavigne. Yep. There's this boy that my friend kind of matched me up with. We had nothing in common, it's just that I don't know. I think he was only playing along to be nice. We went to our last dance together, and what ended up happening was throughout the entire dance, we avoided each other completely. And then all of a sudden at the very last dance, we knew it was the last dance, and our friends pushed us together to do the final slow dance or whatever. That was humiliating. What it was like is I put my arms around him and he just stood there with his arms to his side until one of my friends came up and put his arms around me. And then we danced like this the whole time, looking away from each other. It was so awkward. Well, there's middle school for you. This diary starts pretty much at the beginning of high school. More terrible years. I'm looking in here and every diary entry has a name of a different guy. The main thing that sticks out about this diary to me is there was this guy that I will call Jackass. Basically, he asked me out, and then later that day, I saw him kissing another girl. But silly me was so desperate to have a first real boyfriend that I pretended I never saw it. We mostly just chatted on like Yahoo Messenger and AOL Messenger or whatever we used. And then he got the username of my friend who went to another high school. He started flirting with her and me at the same exact time. Now this created a lot of drama in our little world, and mostly ended up in me and my friend just trolling him all the time. I would be at her house and then they would get on webcam with each other, but I would hide off to the side so he didn't know I was there. And one time we saw his penis. We did not ask for that one, by the way. It just happened. He stood up and his pants were down and his dick was out, and that was really frightening for us. And during the summer you can see where I talk about how I thought the next school year was gonna be different and I was gonna be more outgoing and I was gonna get a boyfriend, because that was the main goal in school for me, was to get a boyfriend. Ooh, and here we have my love of Bowie in 2004. Here's a journal entry that I find especially amusing. I want David Bowie so bad. I think I seriously love him. If I think about it too much, I feel like crying because 1, I'm way underage, 2, he's a celeb, 3, he's married, 4, I'm not good enough, and 5, I probably will never even meet him or see him in concert. Seriously, I actually forget sometimes that I was that obsessed with David Bowie. I love him, but this was like this crazy ass crush. I don't even know. And now we have another furry journal starting in July of 2005. And another new guy. This is where I got my first like real boyfriend. When I'm reading these journal entries about him, it's kind of sad because one moment I'm going, oh, I love him and I can't see our life without each other, and then next thing you know, I'm saying, I don't think I love him, but if I tell him that, it'll break his heart. It was one of those things where with my first boyfriend, I really wanted it to be something, but when it wasn't, I tried to ignore the fact that I didn't like him. I'm trying to find my first mention of YouTube in this thing. I found it. This is hilarious to me how I word this. Now I'm like a YouTube.com celebrity, crazy scheisse. Is that how you pronounce it? Because I don't remember. like seriously, YouTube.com celebrity. Hey, here's where I really talk about YouTube though. March 25th, 2006. My YouTube.com fame has grown. On the 21st, I think, I made a video with a brief description of the breakup. All while doing this, I was using the video effects on my Logitech camera. This raised my fame, I actually put quotes around it in this too, and got my video onto the featured list. Now I have people that say they are fans. Me with fans? What the fuck? And then some guy does an article on me on news.com. Crazy. And I printed out the articles and they're in here all folded up. But I walked away from that whole thing without getting a penny or anything, so. And then my last journal here, July 2006. This one bugs the crap out of me because I decided to write the whole thing in cursive. Why would I do that? I can't write in cursive and I can't read my handwriting in cursive, so fuck this shit. I called that quits on diary writing because I thought it was pointless at that time. The whole point of this is, have you guys ever kept like actual physical diaries, or do you now? I know some people have a hard time keeping up with diaries, so I'm kind of impressed with myself that I did it from 2001 to 2008. It wasn't like a daily thing or anything, but still, I did it. That's it. Bye guys.